What's up, YouTube? I am still at it. I got this car pretty gutted out. Started taking stuff out of it. So let me cut to that one. So the interior, but the steering column, because I still need to steer it. Started drilling out some spot welds and whatnot. Engine's out, tranny's out, all the electricals out. I'm working on the brake and fuel right now. And then wondering why the car stinks so bad. It's running funny. How well you could see that. But that's the gasoline. It ain't supposed to look like that. But other than that, everything looks okay. I'll probably get some eBay coilovers eventually. So I'll take care of the worn out boot stuff. As you can see, the brakes work because they're shiny again. And yeah, just tearing into it. So the master cylinder does actually leak. So I need a new master cylinder. Clutch slave's okay. Need some steering boots. Those things are torn up. And that's about it. Just tearing through the car piece by piece. Really tearing through the car. But so as you see, cut the rear end out. Had to pull out the big Husky heavy duty 1000 foot-pound torque, break these nuts loose, but got it loose. Got the fuel tank out. I still need to get the e-brake out. I got small kids in case they come in here. Some blue tape. They don't snag themselves too bad. So yeah, it's coming along. So I figure I will trim this up a little more, and then I cut, I think, right here, right down smack in the middle, and then go up and in. Probably because the Falcon is wider. And then after I go pick up some more Sawzall blades and discs, because I ran out, I will cut and trim and plate both of these for future LS or Coyote or Rotary that goes in here. Was a little wrong on the pricing. Turns out these cross members are a little bit more expensive than I thought, but still $700 to not have to cut that and that and that and replate it might be worth the money. So we'll see. But that is where I am at. Got stuff trimmed down. You know, a lot of this is structural for, I guess, the windshield, kinda, and the body, since it doesn't carry a roof, whatever the hell. But anyways, said everything's out. Yeah, sorry, nipping at these corners. That one I ground it down completely. This one, like I said, ran out of discs. So it's been a process of grinding, sawzalling, drilling out rivets, and just good old chisel and hammer in some spots. Mainly that side. But that is where I am at. And yeah, go from there. I know I don't really need the full tubs, but for now, I'm just seeing what's what. I might be able to get away with the subframe and some box steel and not even use any of the rear here for the Falcon. But if I do have to use it, then I guess I'll use the gas tank. And man, did that thing stink. There's still some yellow piss fuel in there. Bad fuel. But there's all the carnage. I was trying my best to try to cut things nice, but I'm not going to sit there and drill out a million fucking rivets. But yeah, scrap guy's going to be happy for that metal. I'm keeping the gas one, yeah, might use that if I do end up using this gas tank. So until the next shot. So, progress report. This is where I'm at. I finally got blades the other day. It is pretty chopped up. So let's flip this around. Rear suspension out, gas tank out. This side's trimmed nicely, but I might end up just cutting these out anyways. That side, well, when I ran out of blades, it was used the big pry bar screwdriver sharpened to a point and the big hammer as a chisel. And then over here, I was looking at videos. It looks like I could get away with cutting all this out and this, and then maybe come back later with the stock Falcon setup and blend it in somehow. But that is where I'm at. Brakes are good, like I said. Still need a new master cylinder, and then I did the math. The stick shift's going to pop out like right at the tip of the bench seat, so that's going to be interesting. But that's where I'm at right now. So, quick update. I'm going out to take kids swimming, so this is going to sit until later when I can chop it up. Peace. Another little progress video. Choppity chop chop. Might flip this around real quick. So we got the subframe all cut up. Or not cut up. Here's the rear subframe. Here's the rear of this, which I'm hoping to chop that end off and then the other end off and try to reuse as much of the center section as possible, because I would love to do center exhaust on the Falcon. Then for weight ballast, just in case, put some tires. Wasn't quite heavy enough, so I moved the jack points for the rep over here and put the jack over here for the night. I am probably going to trim all that off, and then along the top here. And then I would like to use the e-brake that's on this car, so I need to cut that bracket out before you toss anything else. And that is where we are at. And then I gotta look online and see how people have bypassed the power plant frame bracket, that long aluminum torque arm or whatever the hell you want to call it. Or I'll just weld in a bunch of aluminum L bracket and blah blah blah, do it. But yeah, there we go. It's actually 6 bolts. There is a third bolt on each side in the middle. That's actually a bolt. The rest of these are studs. Stud there, stud there. Same thing on the other side. They come off of there. If this does line up with my frame rails, I'm just going to put big bolts all the way through with a crush sleeve in the inside of it, weld it up, you know, all the good stuff, and call it a day. And then I just need to hack off the spring perch mounts here and weld them onto mine, or build something off of this or my other car. But then I will have IRS in the rear, then the Fiasco up front, and then start saving my pesos to get a Ford 8.8 or a G-Tag out of a Caddy or whatever the hell. But I think the 8.8 will be my cheaper bet. And then the only reason I would want to reuse the gas tank is for I would have no gas tank and I could go center exhaust out of the back of the car, because it would be completely empty just like this without a big old fuel cell. But yeah, bunch of Sawzall blades, some cutting. I mean, for the most part, it's pretty straight. I mean, I left enough on there to trim it down to make it level. And then like this, once again, probably cut this big old chunk out. Just go up and zap off like that. Because there is a kind of torque box up here. Assuming it's a torque box because it bled into this channel here. So I probably will have to make something similar. Then I think it also bleeds up into here too, and there, but you gotta cut that stuff out to make the V8 fit. And then hammer the tunnel up a little higher too, which I'm fine with, because rack and pinion, And the other cool thing is, like, I get one of those little low body scissor lift gizmos, you know, the hydraulic power ones. I could be like Taylor Ray and just unbolt the subframe and drop the motor and trans, and then slide it out from under the car instead of trying to pull it up and over the damn radiator and killing someone and whatnot. But got some more cutting, like I said. I chop all this out, up and over the shock tower like that. Here's my pile of scrap metal that the scrap guy will be pretty happy about. Then the rest of the stuff that I gotta mingle with. I want to see what I could do with this steering setup, because I like the fact that it is somewhat collapsible. I think I could make the Falcon from the wheel to here be Falcon, or at least up to the bracket or after the bracket, and then the rest be Miata. That way if I do ever crash, I don't get impaled by my steering wheel, because 1960s. But that's where we're at. Chopped in half, chopped and chopped, and then, well, like I said, trim this down a little bit more, wheel out all the trash. I left the front subframe in and spindles and everything, that way I could put two wheels on it and move this thing around like a wheelbarrow, and bring the Falcon in here and start taking that front end apart and taking some measurements, and before I truly cut into it, see what the hell's going on. So another update. Cut the fenders, blinders off, and started taking down some of the sharp edges and then cleaning out the sheet metal stuff. Let's flip this around again. So trimmed it down, came up around the corner. I'm probably going to follow the strut tower a little bit tighter and come back around again, hence the Sharpie mark, and then take that down probably to where that pinch weld is. I'm still up in the air. Am I going to try to use their pedal setup or my pedal setup? I got to measure where the pedals ended up sitting on this thing. But on that, I still got to trim that out and trim that out and then block it in. And then, yeah, it's coming along. Hackety hack hack. You know, trying to take the flat disc or big grinding stone and, you know, massage all this a little smoother, and, you know, definitely getting there. And pretty soon I could just work this like a wheelbarrow. Like I said, I still need to cut all that out. So I'm going to use the inner floor pan and the hump and hopefully all the firewall as possible, and go from there. And then if I need to, I'll overlap the floor pan a little. That'll give me more rigidity and a nice butt weld to stitch weld it all the way across. And then I kind of measured the box frame on this will end behind the behind the bench seat pretty much. So that's more than halfway down the car. So let's look at this. It will end about here on the car. So that means I just need to come up with another 2 feet of box steel. So either the frame horns off the front or the frame horns that were in the trunk area might make makeshift boxes, or just buy some square steel and be done with it.